Vice President of Public Relations of this club, and my goal today is to introduce you guys to 11 different roles that you guys can participate in here in the club every night. So this up here is a picture of what we did last week. It was our mixer. So if you see yourself there, I want to say welcome and thank you for joining us that day. And if you're new here today, this is a great meeting to be at. So the first role is the all counter, and the person who's doing that today is actually standing over there. Her name is Courtney. So you not only get to find out what it is, but also who's doing it. So make sure if you want to do her role, pay attention to what she's doing. So basically what she needs to make sure is that people don't use crutch words. And what these are is the words that when you're trying to think in your head, you say out loud instead of pausing. So when I started here, I used to use the word like a lot, and I still do sometimes. People catch me saying like because I'm trying to fill that space when I'm thinking. So the best thing I can tell you guys is if she counts more than 5 ums or us, likes or anything like that, just remember, pause, and you're going to get through that. Also, if you're the off counter, it's going to help you with your listening skills. So I know that in one of the previous meetings, Kevin mentioned that when you do this role, you realize outside of Toastmasters, you also become an off counter. It happened to me in one of my classes. I was listening to a speaker, and I was like, why is she saying so many ums? Like, it's annoying. I started counting them. And it does distract from your presentation. So it's something to think about.
What?
I guess this is
all done.
Okay, so we were on counter, and now we're doing evaluator. Can you go back one more just to make sure? Okay, evaluator, that's right. So today we have 3 evaluators. One of them is Anthony. Marcos, Monty, and Renee. So basically as an evaluator, their role is super important because the people here who come to give speeches want to improve. So let's say you come out, you deliver a great speech, but you never hear on what you can improve on. Well, are you ever going to get better? Not really. So the role of the evaluator is not just to tell you what you did really good on, but also to give you a gentle, what I wrote, gentle offer of suggestions on what you can improve on. So a method that we use here is called the sandwich method. You don't have to use it, but it pretty much works in you give something that they did well, something they can work on, and then again, another praise or compliment. So this usually keeps people coming back and also helps them to improve. So the general evaluator. The general evaluator has a really important role because what they have to do is evaluate the entire meeting. So it starts from, did we start on time? Was there anything that could have gone better? The general evaluator evaluates the evaluators of the speeches as well. So essentially, everything that takes place is something that they could work on, maybe with the Toastmaster, who today is Adrian, on making sure the meeting flows normally and just accordingly. The topics master is Elliot's role today. So what he's going to do is he's going to encourage people who are not speakers but want to have a chance to speak today to do that. And the way he does it is through questions. Most of the time they relate to the topic that we're speaking about, and they should be inviting. They're also impromptu. So they're not going to last 3 hours. It's just a quick 1 to 2 minute speech. Very not intimidating at all. Okay, so a lot of these I got from the website, and these are the additional sources, but they're also on your Competent Communicator Manual. And I have a feeling that I missed a few with this clicker that's not doing it right, so I'm going to go back and do those. Okay, so I did grammarian. The grammarian today is, can you raise your hand if you're the grammarian?
Courtney.
Courtney? Okay, so today we put those rules together. The grammarian and the out-counter. So sometimes people will start a sentence and then not finish it and go into another one. And when that happens, she's gonna mark you down. If you use a word incorrectly, she's gonna mark you down. So make sure that when you are speaking, that you also include the word of the day. So for example, today's ebullient word, if it's used, then those people who are using it, she's gonna mark down that they're using it. And they're gonna receive extra points on, like maybe if somebody's voting for them, they're gonna notice that. So the speakers are basically the most important part of the meeting because they're the ones giving the speech. So they should be prepared, they should come early. They should also talk to the person who's evaluating them so that they do meet their goals. And also enjoy the applauses. The pledge master is, you guys guessed it, the person who does the Pledge of Allegiance. It's not too difficult, but it is an important role because we recognize our country. Okay, we talked about the table of topics master. Okay, the thought of the day is something really special, and not every Toastmasters Club does it, but it's a way to get people maybe inspired, maybe thinking about what the whole meeting is going to be about. So depending on the topic of that meeting or the theme, you kind of want to like craft it to that. So it gets people thinking and inspired. The timer is the person standing right in front of me, and he just keeps track because most of the time our speeches are timed, and you need to make sure that you use your time well. So he's going to be the one raising the cards for you guys. And it's a really easy way to get started in a role without actually having to do very much except for having the time of everyone. His job is also to tell everyone the times. So he's going to announce those and if they met the timing requirements. The Toastmaster today was the person who comes after the president, and he just kind of introduces everyone else. He has to make sure that the meeting flows correctly and that there's no awkward pauses in between. So his role is important because he's kind of like the MC. He's the person who says, okay, well now we're going to do this, now we're going to move on to that. And basically his role follows the agenda that we have today. So if he refers to this, the meeting should run smoothly. We talked about the topics master, and now we're back. Great. Thanks, Anthony. I love technology. So, again, you can refer to your manuals or you can refer to the website for any other questions or come to me afterwards. But I hope that throughout the roles of today, you take that next step and volunteer for one of these roles. Thank you guys very much.